Live, yes, Jens, another week, another TMD. Welcome to the show. We have Aston in the house. Hello, everybody. How are you? We have Greg Z in the house. Yes, all the people are here. I've been waiting all week for this. Get ready for a really fun show. Oh man, I am super excited. This is the weekly beer and video review show with me, Danny Salay, aka Travel Man Dan, aka Reading Man Dan, aka Movie Man Dan. What's up, guys? Good to see you here. Oh, we're gonna have an awesome show. I have some delicious beers. I have some fun stuff I'm gonna talk to you about, and mostly, hey, who do we have? Yes, food expert. What up, dude? And then I have some really fun stuff that we're going to get into during the show. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. If you're new to the weekly beer and video review show, let me let you know what we do here. We do number one, Baro. Good to see you all the way from India. We go ahead and we review two delicious beers. I talk about them in, well, pretty simple, basic terms. I'm not really a snobby guy. I just drop to you what beers we're doing, what they taste like, and encourage you to drink some beer along with me. Then we talk about videos that came out last week on my channel, and then I preview the weekend coming. I preview the week's videos that are coming up. Man, I am so excited. I'm spitting and falling all over my tongue. Yes, we have the regulars here. Good to see you. And then all during the show, we have a cool, fun, easy going, lots of good stuff. I have a bunch of segments on the, hey, everyone say hello to Food Expert. Food Expert. I'm going to get into that in a minute with Food Expert and let you know the collab that I'm doing with him. But yeah, it's going to be a good show. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Please go ahead, hit that like button once you enter the show. I'd love to hear back some positive feedback by just hitting that thumbs button. And well, without further ado, let's really get this show started. I am super excited. I haven't slept at all in a few days, and I am really ready to go. So Uncle John is here. Yes, go Buffalo, baby. Go Buffalo. And that's what I want to get into right now, guys. I want to start the show off because it is football season. And you know I'm a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. Way before Bills Mafia, I've always been a diehard Bills fan. When the Bills win, what do we do on this show? Well, we started off by chugging a beer with the Bills Cup. All right, so you guys remember the Bills Cup from last week, and we're gonna drink one of my favorite beers. We're gonna chug one of my favorite beers. So if you're in the chugging mood, get your glass ready. We're gonna start off the show by just doing a nice and easy, simple Stella. We'll be drinking a bottle today, so you will see Tenacious Freak. Yes, good evening. All right, all the way from Denmark. All right, Copenhagen in the house. You guys know the famous red bottle opener. You will see it later, but let's go ahead and crack this sucker open because we are gonna have a celebratory, yes, we have Party Traveler. Yes, somebody new. All right, I want beer. Party Traveler. Everyone say hello to Party Traveler. Dad is in the house. What's up, Pops? Good to see you. We are win number 2. Okay, the Buffalo Bills, and I am ecstatic, okay? Haven't slept much, been on the road, been doing a little bit of traveling, and just got home about 30 minutes ago, and really excited to start off the show. So, thank you so much for hopping in here. Thanks so much. Party Traveler, that is a great name. All right, and you definitely belong on this live show, okay? Because if you like to travel, we're gonna get into that. And if you like to party, that's all we pretty much do on the show, is we just talk a bunch of stuff, party, drink it up. So guys, this one is for the Buffalo Bills. We are chugging a beer to start off. Uncle John, I know you're a huge fan. Dad, I know you're out there. Whoever else is a Buffalo Bills fan, here's the 2-0. And if you're from Europe or Asia or Africa, South America, even Antarctica, we're always, hey, Aquanauts, yes! We're always accepting new fans. Here we go, 2-0 to a great season start. It's a little bit harder when it's ice cold, but wow, so delicious. As we looked really good against Miami. We had some third quarter woes. We just don't play very well in the third quarter, but a real quick fun little thing I'd like to drop on everyone is Josh Allen, our quarterback, a quarterback and suspect when he was drafted out of Wyoming. For the last 2 years, he hasn't passed over 300 yards, which is a significant benchmark for quarterbacks in the National Football League. And then the last 2 weeks, he has surpassed that. Last week, he passed for 300 some yards. This week, he passed for 400 some yards. Yes, way to go, Josh Allen. We are rocking. Good job with that beer. Uncle John, you know I get down, man. You know it. All right, so we got some new people here. We got Food Expert. I'm going to let you know about the collaboration I'm doing with him later tonight. We got Party Traveler, and then we got the usual suspects. But the next thing I want to bring to attention right now is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. He is a regular on the show, and I want to wish him a happy birthday. So, Greg Z, happy birthday to you. I know your birthday was yesterday, but hey, man, I wanted to go ahead and send you a shout out. I know you were one of the first people that started following me weekly on this live show, watching my videos, dropping comments, and fully supporting me. So, I hope you have a great day. I hope you had a great day. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful, I hope you have a wonderful year. 5 hours looking to see in the show tomorrow. Tenacious Freak, you do it, man. Movie. Happy birthday, Greg. Happy birthday. Tenacious Freak, sleep in, dude. I get it. Happy birthday, Greg. You know, watching on the playback, I know you're an OG 25, okay? And you comment on my videos, you may be seeing the hashtag O25. What does that mean? That means you're an original 25 supporter. My first really hardcore freaking fans or supporters or whatever the hell you call them in this weird YouTube world thing. I don't know what they are. No, thank you. And yeah, so you may comment on my videos from time to time, and I encourage you to always go ahead and hit that like button and drop me a comment, and I will always send you back an O25 if you are one of the OG 25s. Now, thank you so much. We already chugged the Stella. That was for the Bills. Now let's start today's show. Woo! I'm pretty pumped up because today's a really good beer. It's loved here in California. It's not so local, but it is only about 40 minutes from me. It is a brewery out of Ventura, California. And guys, if you're not familiar with this one, this one is going to be pretty good. I've drank it a few times. I know the people love it here in California, and I'm talking about Central Coast, okay, Brewing, and they bring us the 805, okay? Check it out. That's what we're doing first. The 805, often referred to only as the 805, but I believe it might have another name to it. It's not a super strong beer. It's only 4.7%. Okay, it's pretty cool, basic. It's got that, what the hell is it? I forget the style of this labeling. Pretty cool, yeah, like Tenacious Freak. It's not too bad, right? Okay, it's very simple. It gets its point across. It's branded as the 805, and you're gonna see like all kinds of bumper stickers all throughout California, people with hats, shirts, all this kind of stuff. So really popular beer made in Ventura, California. Really neat little spots. Okay, and let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. And this is a first here on this show. So we're gonna go ahead and save the bottle cap, okay? Now, if you don't know what I do is I save all the bottle caps. Eventually I'm gonna do something with them. So every beer that I've drank over here, no blah, 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 just a beer bottle. I have all the bottle caps from the beers that I drank. And let's go ahead and let's go for a quick snort, okay? Right away, I don't really smell nothing too hoppy coming out of here, nothing too piney or citrusy. All right, it's pretty even. There's really no smell at all coming out of the bottle. Now, we got our trusty 16-ouncer. What do we got? Will McDiddy Firestone. Oh, that's what it's called. Okay, 805 Firestone. Will McDiddy is a new Travel Man Dan weekly beer and video review. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's say hi to Will. All right, let's go ahead and pour this 805 Firestone, okay? Right away, we're looking at this guy go down into the cup. Look at that deliciousness, okay? Now this is what I'm talking about, right? Hey, look at this. You guys are great, by the way. I was with my friend today. Hopefully he'll be able to hop on here a little bit. And he was he was really happy to know that when he popped up on the show last week, and I called out and gave him a super shout out, and then you guys all said hello, just like you're doing, Will. So that's so cool, because as the show gets continuously bigger, we have more and more people joining us, and well, I'm just really happy to know that we have a community that goes out and says hello to each other, and nice, supports each other, and is here to share this fun little hour. And so, all right, well, let's take a look at it right away. This is the way a beer should look, right? It's not too yellow, it's not too dark, it's that perfect golden color. We have really good carbonation coming through, a light head hovering on the top. Okay, you can see all the bubbles in the carbonation. I'm suspecting that that's going to be a light, crisp beer, but let's go ahead and try out the first sip of 805. Hey, Emily, new here. Yes, we have another new person. Emily, what's up? And we have a girl. Guys, we have another girl here. Woohoo! That's always fun. Be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Let's give Emily a warm welcome. Thank you for joining us. Wow. The first sip I taste really, really malty. Okay, it's like your lager flavor. You know, you go ahead and you taste it, and it's got a little bit of that bottle feel to it, and it, you know, where you're drinking it, it kind of tastes a little bodily, but I could taste the malt and almost like the cereal going down inside this beer. Really delicious first sip. Really enjoying that, and we're gonna get back to that in a minute. Big shouts out to Emily for new hopping on. This is what we're drinking, 805. I think it's called 805 Firestone. But the thing is, I don't know why people call it 805 Firestone. Okay. There's a little correction here. The brewing company is Firestone Walker Brewing Company. Okay? Brewed and bottled in Paseo Robles, California. But 805 is also, I believe, the area code of Ventura County. So that's pretty cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Like I said, I'm not a real giant beer snob. I don't do an enormous amount of research on each beer and brewery. So if from time to time I'm a little off, please correct me now, correct me later. I'm just an average blue-collar guy that likes to get in here and talk about beer. So really good beer. First sip is delicious. Now let's really start the show. And well, we started right now with what we've been talking about the last 6 months, and that's COVID-19. Guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope that everybody out there is staying safe. I know that, yes, you are wearing a blue collar. No, it's actually a black collar. Okay, blue shirt, black collar. All right, I know that, but cases are starting to drop. That doesn't necessarily mean we're out of this until there's a major vaccine, but one really good thing that I'm seeing is things are starting to open up more. As I'm watching more and more sporting events, you know, states like Florida and Texas, oh man, there's got to be like half the people in the stands in Texas. I think they're like fully open and going, and well, I just hope that you're staying safe, that they're not too stressed out. Economics, I know, are probably pretty tight for most people, so just hang in there financially. You know, I hope that it hasn't droughted you or really caused an enormous amount of stress. Obviously, it's not over, so we need to stay precautious about each and everything. You don't want to go ahead and contract this. And just be safe out there. That's pretty much what we're going to do from now on. I'm not going to get too into it. I know the numbers are dropping here in LA County. So there's been some talk about moving on to what's considered phase 2 of the whole thing, and that's the reopening of things. I know barbershops are starting to open, restaurants are, and I hope it is for your cities, for your countries, wherever you are. I just hope that this is soon pretty much over. Only half the stands in Texas because nobody wants to watch a bunch of losers. I love it. Oh, I love it. Although they did come back today and score, I believe it was 16 points in 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go on and beat Dallas. Explore the world. Trump says COVID is a hoax. I don't believe Trump, though. Explore the World is first here on the show. Welcome to the show. One of the things here that we do on the show is we do talk about some things. If they drop a little bit into touchy subjects, I usually drop out of it. You know, I'm not really a super political person. who really knows? A lot of people say this, a lot of people say that. What we're trying not to do is just really pinpoint on one person that they're the root of everything, right? No matter what that is. And especially in politics, or whether it be in sports, we're just not gonna go and start pointing fingers at one particular person, because other people would believe maybe what he is saying is absolutely true. So who's to say that they're right and who's to say that they're wrong? We don't know, but we don't want to argue and fight on this show. And there's enough of that shit going on out there, right? But who knows? I just hope that you're safe. I hope that you're hanging in there wherever you are. And thank you so much for joining the show. I hope you got a beer in your hand. Well, what the heck? I'm on as well, too. Thanks, Tenacious Freak. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because during all of this and all this hoopla and all this craziness and he said, she said, this with it, you miss out on so many opportunities to meet good quality people. You know, that's the one thing where I sit back and watch all this like things going on. I'm like, we all here to drink. Exactly, Uncle John. You said it best. We're just here to drink. I'll do the rambling. True to head. Just subscribe. Explore the world. A new subscriber. Yeah. Thank you, my man or woman. I don't know. And don't take that as an offensive thing. I just explore the world is pretty. Well, it doesn't really let me know your sex. If you're Jennifer, I probably would say thank you very much. But anyway, you see how the show is going. You do ramble. Awesome. That's my uncle and my godfather, by the way. Hey, this is what we're drinking. Thanks a lot. Explore the world. I appreciate it. Each and every one of you guys that subscribe, we are drinking the Firestone Walker Brewing Company 805. Delicious beer, lager. Really pop here in California. It's so smooth and clean, and you can taste that real rich maltiness that I am talking about. That's really familiar when you go ahead and take down lagers. And well, lagers aren't my favorite beer, but they're usually the starter beer for most people. Some way or another, you've probably ran into your uncle, your cousins, somebody in your family probably introduced you to beer, right? And that first beer was probably, you're making me thirsty, party traveler, go get a beer. That first beer was probably a lager of something. You know, if you're from the States, or whether you're from Denmark, or whether you are from Thailand, or whether you are from Zimbabwe, you probably got introduced to some form of lager. Have a great week, everyone. See you Sunday. Tenacious Freak. Sleep well, my man. All right. Thank you so much. He has to work. Guys, keep in mind, when you see the Europeans here, and Drunatic is not going to be joining us. He's at a party himself. Keep in mind, when you see the Europeans here, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So, huge thank you to you guys for hanging in there, sticking with me, and probably I've done maybe 65 weekly shows and introduced to a church festival when I was 8 years old. Oh my gosh, Craig. Well, you did grow up in Poland probably, so I could see that. You know, thank you so much to people around the world that stay up late and watch. Really, really thank you so much. So moving right along, we already talked about the Bills. We got into the COVID talk. Hey, how about that UFC? Did anybody happen to see the UFC? And last night, the Kobe Covington versus Woodley. That was a crazy fight. That was a real fight. These two really hate each other. They used to be best friends, and 2 years of animosity. And you had your whole, speaking of politics, you had your whole like Trump supporter who was Covington, and Woodley who was on the opposite side, and they were really butting heads the last 2 years on the media, the social media, wherever they got a chance. And they finally fought yesterday, and it was crazy because Covington came in and really just outworked them for 5 rounds pretty much. And then about with a minute left in the round, they were locked up on the ground with Woodley, had him kind of in a neck hold or whatever, and he twisted in a certain way. I don't know what had happened, whether it was weakened or whatever, but literally he was like, oh my gosh, I'm done, I'm done. He tapped out, yelling, screaming, and the x-rays came back. He literally snapped his rib in half. I mean, you can see the rib where it was like jostled. And if you saw that fight, you definitely felt for Tyrone Woodley. The guy's a beast. He was a champion for 5-6 years. I mean, you know, he had his run, and Covington then later in the post fight interview was literally getting interviewed, and then somebody you see hand the phone over to him, and it was Donald Trump. So how crazy was that? The president called him, congratulated him. They talked for about a minute on air, and it was really kind of a neat experience, because as social media continues to grow, and as we're now into the middle of this thing and it's just gone bananas, you know, we never really used to have this kind of open source media type thing where an athlete was literally in the post-fight interview and then they would get a call from the president on their cell phone, and they were able to put it on speakerphone, and then everyone could hear the president and that fighter be talking. So that was kind of a cool, unique experience. If you haven't checked it out, you can go ahead and go check out another YouTube channel. I strongly recommend. I'll go ahead and put it down in the description at the end of the show, but it's MMA World. If you're into the MMA world, it's one of those news channels where they take like clips and kind of blend it all together, and they create their own episode off of other news media and outlets and social medias and stuff. But you can go ahead and check that out. When Donald Trump called Colby Covington after the fight, and yeah, poor Woodley. I mean, it's, wow, can you imagine that? And then also on the card you had the Dagestanian Kazimot Chimaev. I mean, the guy's getting the Conor McGregor hype train, right? I mean, he's the next big thing. He's a Dagestanian fighter that fights out of Sweet Home, out of Sweden and Stockholm. And yeah, he came in with literally 17 seconds and just one punch, and he destroyed Gerard Mirachant. So really interesting. It was a free fight. If you don't know and you're here in the States or anywhere in the world, ESPN Plus, that's where all the fights are. And the cool thing about ESPN Plus is, and this is a free plug, I'm not getting paid for anything from ESPN Plus, is they have like hundreds of like old boxing matches, old UFCs, old baseball games. They have all their 30 for 30s, really, really good, well documented programs about athletes, and really, I can't say enough about it. It's like, I think it's like $4.99 a month or whatever. I just paid it for the year, and you get a lot of free UFC fights, and that was last night's fight. So congratulations to Colby Covington and all the winners at the UFC yesterday. And well, let's get back into this beer, guys. Who's drinking with me tonight? Let me know down right now what you're drinking and where you're drinking from. Really nice, really delicious. Okay, easy. Okay, there's not a real strong aroma coming off this thing. It's a lager, right? You know what it's gonna smell like. It smells like a bottle, right? But it's still pretty dang good. I definitely see why it's really liked here. Hey guys, how's my feed doing? It's a feed check-in. Are you guys streaming okay? Is everything good? I'm drinking Guinness. Nice, Aston. They still have Olympia beer out there. It was back in the day. No, not that I've never seen. Dad's drinking Labatt Blue, the only beer to ever get a number 10 on this show. All right, guys, moving right along. You guys heard me introduce looks good today. Thank you, Aston. You heard me talk about it a little bit earlier. I said hello to him. His name is Food Expert. Okay, drinking beer with a straw hat. Nice. That's awesome. And Food Expert is another YouTuber who goes ahead and reviews food. And I'll be sure to go ahead and put his link to his channel down in the description. It'd be cool if you check out his channel and follow along. Really nice guy. I found him, I think he found me on Instagram. Somehow, some way we were connected through the social media. He asked me if I wanted to do a collaboration. I said, hell yeah, I want to. We're gonna do some kind of weird food thing. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly because of COVID. It's hard to go into restaurants, so therefore eating together might be a little difficult. We might do some type of fast food thing, but we thought we would fast forward things and we would grow, and he asked me to be on his beer review channel. So I'm gonna go on there tonight, and we're gonna go ahead at 7 o'clock California time. Hey, we got two brothers talking to 7 o'clock California time, and I'm gonna go on his beer review channel, and I'm going to review beers. I'm going to be a guest. I'm not really sure what to expect. Should be a fun thing, but if you want to check that out, I'll go ahead also and put it down on my channel so you can watch it later. To be honest with you, I don't know how this thing's going to work out. We're going to definitely check it out. It should be fun. And Bert's a great guy, good channel, all got nice things to say, and I'm looking forward to being on that show tonight. But guys, I want to talk to you about last week's video. Unfortunately, I did not put out a Food Friday video last week. I'm sorry about that. I got really slammed from my professional job, and I wasn't able to put out the proper video that I wanted to do. I had some complications, but then I also was going away, and that's where I was this past weekend. I took my first outside of Los Angeles trip, and I went about 2.5 hours up, I guess, east and up a giant mountain, and went and hung out with my really good friend. You've seen him in some episodes. You've seen him here, Nate Mestics, and his family, his wife Cindy, and his newborn baby, little Anderson, and we hung out at Lake Arrowhead at like an Airbnb cabin. And which is really cool is I'm going to go ahead, I made a video of my review of Airbnbs, right? So sometimes people will ask me, hey, Travel Man Dan, can you come and do a review on my Airbnb? You can stay here. I'm drinking pizza port. What the heck is that? Nice, Bert. All right. So people will ask me, hey, can you come and do an Airbnb review? And I'll make a video about like what it's like to stay at their particular Airbnb. And I'm telling you right now, I haven't slept but like 6 hours in the last 2 days, because when me and my buddy Nate get together, we throw down a lot of drinks. I must have drank a 12-pack IPAs where I was having hallucinations late at night. The next night we continued it. We were drinking the banquets and just having a lot of fun, just cooking, not going out in public, just hanging out in the cabin. Yes, we would like get better beer and pour in the pizza and eat it. Yeah, really fun. So keep an eye out for that video. But wow, oh my gosh, Arrowhead, Lake Arrowhead. Look it up on a map, Google it. It's a small little lake on top of a mountain. Hey man, yes! VIH, welcome! Welcome to the show. We have somebody new. VIH, you are from Greece, no, Denmark. Welcome. Oh, you know I love my Danish supporters. Thank you so much. Throw down or throw up. That's pretty much it, Uncle John. You know, we had a good time. But what's crazy is, right on the other side of Lake Arrowhead is a place called Big Bear Mountain. So you're in this high elevation, right? Like really high, above I think 9,000 feet. I can't quote it for real because I just don't know, but it's really high. And I know a lot of professional boxers, fighters, they go up there to go ahead and practice high altitude training. So when you're up there, you definitely feel like a little bit different. I can't explain it. It's you know, you're not gonna feel like you're. I've been up in some really, really high mountains in the Japanese Alps, and where it's hard to breathe, like taking a couple of steps, right? And I was up there for days, and your body has to acclimate it and stuff. It was nothing like that, but you definitely feel it up there. And I'm talking beautiful sequoia pine trees, just flooded forest, and the cabin. The Airbnb was magnificent. It's going to be an awesome episode. Make sure you check this place out. And if you ever get a chance and you're out here in California and you want to do like a weekend or whatever, or you live close by, definitely hit this place up. You're going to absolutely love it. They have all the good stuff. I have criteria where I judge it, and really fun, exciting weekend for me to get away. So check out Lake Arrowhead, and just on the other side of Lake Arrowhead, about 20 minutes, is called Big Bear. And really fun, amazing place, about 2 hours outside of Los Angeles. And it was my first little trip away. I also did a Serial Madness. Hey guys, damn Danish autocorrect. That's awesome. So all your words are autocorrect in English and making them Danish words. That's freaking awesome. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the show. You are new here, and I appreciate you stopping by. This is what we're drinking. Firestone Walker's 805. Really good, nice lager. Well, talking some stuff. So stay tuned for those videos. I got the Airbnb coming up, and I got the Serial Madness 2. That's right, Serial Madness 2 is so much fun. I love eating cereal, and I'm going ahead and rating it. And those of you who are not from the United States, you have to see the United States' cereal aisle when you go into a supermarket. It's like, what the? Are you kidding me? They got all kinds of wacky flavors, all kinds of classic cereals that are being transformed into different colors with different styles and different flavors and different marshmallows, all kinds of amazing stuff. And yeah, you're gonna like that video. Hey guys, we already have 11 likes. Yes, 11 likes. Those of you guys who were on my show last week, I went ahead and checked the metadata, and we had 26 people. 26 people in the room at one time. That was huge. We had like 26 likes. It did something to the algorithm, okay, the buzzword of all YouTubers. Such a weird little malarkey, right? It did some weird thing where it kicked it, because what happens is basically the more, you know, how you hear like subscribers, and I need this, I need followers, I need this. The thing that counts the most in YouTube is watch time. The thing that counts the second most are comments. And the thing that counts the third most are likes. Because what that tells the YouTube algorithm is, look, people are watching your videos. Number two, people are commenting on your videos, so they're engaging within the community. And three, they like your videos. So what that does is, you know, when you watch YouTube and you might watch how to fix a faucet, and then next to how to fix a faucet, other suggested videos will pop up along the right side. Now those suggested videos are thrown into the algorithm with little keywords that I use, little SEO words, okay? When those match up with good watch time, comments, and likes, then YouTube does its own thing and suggests your video and basically grows your audience while you sleep. Right? You'll wake up and you're like, oh, I got 5 new subscribers. Hell yeah. I got 10 more of this, 10 more of that. You know, little by little, that's how people grow. You know, you can hit trends and things like that, but we're not going to get into this. This is a show about beer. I just wanted to say thank you. It really means so much that you guys sit here, watch it, like it, and put the comment down on any one of my videos. Hey, we're enjoying beer. I hope you guys are. We're having fun. I haven't slept much. Really pumped up about this show. It's always a good time when the Bills win. Hey, hey, hey. And we're enjoying this 805. Okay. Now, like I said before, hey, cheers, VIH. Yes. One of the things I like about this is, you know, sometimes you get into these IPAs, like I was drinking last night or 2 nights before, and they got such an array and such a wavy kind of palette of flavors that you really don't know what you're drinking. Am I drinking lemons? Am I drinking grapefruits? Yes, cheers all. That reminds me, could you do what you rather at the end of the show so you don't forget what they are? Would you like that? That's a great idea, Aston. I can do what would you rather at the end of the show. I can switch it up right here on the fly. That's what we'll do. Guys, I'm gonna flip-flop what would you rather with what are you reading, what are you watching, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna flip-flop the other two, so that way you can go ahead and answer it. Good suggestion, Aston, I like it. But what I was saying before is, you know how you have these like really cool craft beers, and I do love that. You know, if you watch this show, those beers are amazing. I love a really strong hoppy taste where you're like, it's almost like you're drinking a beer and you're like, and it gets that weird tingle right here. I don't know if you guys get that. I don't know what the hell that is, but sometimes when I drink really hoppy IPAs, I get this weird tingle on this little part of my cheek on both sides. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. But sometimes you just want a simple beer, okay? When the complexity is only one flavor or two, okay? And in this case, that's what I'm drinking when I taste the 805. You got your, you know, really super strong malty flavor with this beer, and then at the end of each sip, you can kind of taste that back. I don't want to know. You can kind of taste that almost like a cereal flavor. Uncle John, I got a good what would you rather, don't you worry. So yeah, drinking the 805. Let's move right on to the next thing, and that is the show and tell of today, okay? Just like I was in kindergarten, just like you were, I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to tell you about it. Now this thing I'm going to bring up on my phone. Okay, this goes back to something I was talking about with my other friend, and he asked me, if you're not aware of what's going on in California, Oregon, and Seattle right now, I'm not talking about the protests, I'm talking about the wildfires. Every year, California and parts of the West just go on fire. It's blazing hot, winds, spark, you know, electricity lines, whatever that case be. I've heard people setting fires. I've heard in one case a guy was driving his truck and he didn't have his boat hooked up and the chain was going like against the ground as spark had gone into the tinders of the forest and have completely set things ablaze. I don't know what it is, but me and my friend were talking to me. He said, hey, look, you should do that. You should do one of these videos on the fires. And I quickly responded with, you know, I would love that. I would love to show you what it was like. I would love for people to actually see a little bit more than what you see on the news. Then I said to my friend, I said, listen, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a journalist, okay? I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not paid by the news. And unfortunately, what's going on right now here in California is catastrophic, okay? It's something that you cannot imagine until you've actually been here or seen it. You know, the news is like, you know, when you see something tragic on the news and you're just like, oh, that's terrible. And you go, don't dress like these are Belvis, you know, and you just go back to, I don't know what to say to that, Greg. You just go back to your, whatever you were doing. It's kind of like that until you're actually here. So, and the main thing is I don't want to go ahead and promote my channel and try to get likes or subscribers or views on somebody else's misery, and sometimes it's fatal misery. I mean, people are really being hurt out here, and the animal life, right? Okay, you have thousands and I mean hundreds of thousands of animals are dying in these fires. But so on my way to Arrowhead, this is the show and tell I want to show you. Arrowhead, I had to drive through an area where one of these wildfires were. It was called the Bobcat Fire, and that's today's show and tell. I want to go ahead and show you off of my phone, so hopefully you can see it okay. So here you can see, all right, I'm going to get it closer. Hopefully you can see the reflection. All right, look at that. That is a cloud, right? That is crazy cloud. Right here, we see another picture. You can see this fire, this whole area right here is part of the California wildfire. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the video looks like. Look at this one. This one's even crazier, right? As I get closer, can you see that? Look at that. I'm driving down this 2-lane highway right into this cloud. I mean, it looks like friggin' hell would, or Mars. I mean, it's nuts. And I'm going to go ahead and show you, as I get closer and closer, it just gets darker, okay, at the core of the fire, because right here is a giant mountain. Right over that cloud is a giant mountain. But check out the video I took of this. I mean, you just can't believe it until you see it. Check that out. As I'm driving up, look at that smoke. Look at that fire. Just, that is a massive area. It's probably about, I don't know, I would say 25 miles wide, okay? It's like the desert, and then it's going up the mountain on the side. Luckily, as I was driving through that, I was probably only through it for about 10 minutes. Like, I didn't actually go up to the flames, but you can see fire trucks going by, whatever. It veers off to the right and then took me around to the other side. I don't know, because I was driving there. I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to just see what it smelled like, or what it was like to be in open air. And so I rolled my window down. I'm telling you, for like 1 minute, I rolled that thing down, and I was, it was like when you're standing and you're hanging out at Shirkston Beach, look like you're driving on high. No, it's nuts. And you're hanging out and you're just relaxing, and then the wind blows the campfire right into your face. It was like that, and I was just engulfed in smoke. Looks like those damn storm chasers. But yes, exactly. Borrow. It was nuts, guys. I'm telling you. You know, so that's today's show and tell. And I just wanted to share that with you. And, you know, like with the protests and the riots and things like that, I'm not that kind of clout chaser. Look, I'm building this channel as I go on the things that I believe in. And then my family, my father, my mother taught me, you know, be good, value, you know, life and these kinds of things. And, you know, I don't feel like going and trying to get likes off of cool videos like this, because it, you know, there is, this sounds terrible, but it's like when you look at these pictures, and even as I was driving to, as strangely as it sounds, I mean, I was definitely starting to get a little like worried about it, but it's also this chaotic beautifulness, if you will. And I know that's terrible to say because there's people that are losing everything. I know they're at some places they're actually fatal, and you know, people are dying, and thank God we have such great firefighters here in California and all throughout the United States. So big shout out to you guys. You guys are the absolute heroes. You're diving right into that thing, and you're working, and there's helicopters, and they're just non-stop. They've been at it for almost a month now, just putting these fires out. I think today I saw there was something like was it 93,000 something acres, whatever, 93,000 acres just alone in California that have been burnt. And you know, like I said, year after year this happens, and it gets worse and worse. This year has been worse. It was 963,000 acres, so a massive area, right? But anyway, that was show and tell for today. Really, you know, keep the firefighters, keep the people that are in harm's way, keep them in your prayers. If you're a spiritual person, if you just care about other people. It almost looks like Smokey in the bar area, Danny. It's nuts. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we got Tom Duffy. Yes, good to see you here, Tom. Thank you for joining us. We have somebody new, and we are drinking the 805. It's really good, nice beer out of Paseo Robles. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and suck this down, give it a score. We're going to move on to the new beer. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Just an overall quality, good beer. The 805 is a product that is fairly new that I know of. Now, a lot of times these micro brews or these craft beers, they've been kind of in the business for 15 to 20 years. It's kind of like that thing of like, oh, he's an overnight success. No, he's been working his ass off for 10, 15 years on stuff you never seen or heard. It's kind of like that. Sometimes you have these beers that are a little well known in their local area, and then they just pop. They just explode for whatever reason. People are enjoying it. Definitely would suggest this if you're in California or if you can get your hands on it. It's a nice, easy lager, really good tasting. Got a real strong malt taste to it, cereal flavor. It's got a 4.7, so it's a little bit less on the strength side, but a little bit more than your average light beer. Really not a bad choice at any time. Nice summer beer. Definitely suggest it. That's why I'm going to give it a solid score of a 7.5. 7.5 for the 805. Really good. They have other good beers, and I'll try to locate them and go ahead and review them. I think we've done some Firestone Walkers before on this show, and if I do remember, I believe they were fire, man. I believe they were amazing. I just said fire like a teenager. Yes. That's hilarious. All right, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to talk about this upcoming week's video, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the new beer. The next upcoming video is when I was working on the film Kunlun Shan. It was a TV show in China. I was staying in Beijing and Shanghai, going back and forth, and I visited my good friend Kyle, who owns a parkour gym in Shanghai on top of like a 30-story building. Really cool place, really fun stuff. And well, I'm not really as agile as I used to be. I used to be really good outfielder in baseball, and I would dive all the time. I was a football player and stuff, but we all know that shit goes old, you know? You get older, right? So I'm a little bit heavier now. I don't move as fast as I would, and so me at a parkour gym is really funny. And I'm more like a refrigerator moving around with legs and arms. And it's really cool to see this gym that my friend Kyle owns. It's called Sky Park Links Parkour in Shanghai. So that video will be out tomorrow on the Micro Monday episode. It's only like 3 to 4 minutes, and it's my experience at this parkour gym. But really fun, cool thing, and it's just another side of Shanghai that people are unaware of. If you don't know Shanghai, you know, I lived there before, but Shanghai isn't like what you think it is. Like when you think of China, it isn't this third world peasant bicycle, you know, food market, you know, this kind of thing that you hear on the news. It's one of the busiest most craziest places you've ever been in, and it's got a beautiful harmony to it. And this video is a good example of that, of a Western guy from Toronto, Canada, who opened up a parkour gym in this crazy city, and he's got a business there. And he's also another friend of mine from acting. He's also a really good stunt actor. So check it out. It comes out tomorrow. That's on the Micro Monday episode. But now I want to go into the next beer. All right. I'm going to take my hat off for this one. All right. The next beer should be a good one. It's from one of my favorite breweries here in Los Angeles, if not my favorite brewery. Cheers, Aquanuts. Good to have you here. I know Tenacious Freak is sleeping, and well, it's good to have half of you guys here. All right. I always feel better when you guys are here on the show, so thank you. Cheers to you too. And I'm talking about the Golden Road Brewery. It's about 20 minutes down the road that way from my house, just in downtown LA, I guess you will, Silver Lake, Echo Park area. We've had some of their beers here before. I love this brewery. I love going to the brewery. They got an awesome pretzel there. Dad, if you come to LA, I will take you there. It's really fun, nice crowd, nice people, and delicious beer. This was one of the ones I've never tried before. I saw it today. I definitely want to try it. And it is the Golden Road Brewing Ride On IPA. Check that out, okay? Ride On. Little surfs up, dude. It's a nice IPA. Hopefully we're not going to get too much of this. It's a 6.4% alcohol, so it is one of the higher percentage beers on this show. Anything above 6 will definitely rate strong. No, it's smaller, okay? Cousin Brian was dropping us those 22 cans, so this is a 12-ounce can, so it won't be as hard. We're not going to get as crunked out as like we usually have been, but that's okay. It's probably going to be really good. Love the Golden Road Brewery. Love this label. It's very California style. Let's crack it open and take a smell and take a sip. Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, super citrusy. First smell, it's got a nice fragrant, like I said, citric lemon or grapefruit flavor, as most IPAs that are a little bit, you either go one way or the other with IPA. Super, super hoppy or a bit of citric flavor. Now let's go ahead and dump it into a cup, into our mug, washed out, cleaned out, and let's take a look at it. Now, I've been really getting into those hazy ones. And if we take a look, you can see that this one isn't quite a hazy IPA, but it definitely has, well, a cloudy look to it, almost like a wheat beer or a Heffenweizen. All right, take a look. Oh man, we got the Vortex, we got the IPA Vortex. You know I love the IPA Vortex, and that is that weird little dark, like triangular thing right here. If you can see inside my cup. Yeah. Really nice, looks delicious. Yeah, this one looks good, right? It's I would say borderline hazy. It does have a cloudy appearance. The carbonation, you can't see it flowing up. There's not too much of a thick beer head. Let's go ahead and take a sip, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. Oh yeah. That's good. Super lemony, okay? Really, really citric, okay? It's sharp. It's got a bright and fresh flavor to it. Really nice, okay? I feel like I should be out on a hot summer day and not drinking like your average flatliner beer, your 4%, your High Life, if you will. This thing is really good. Like I said, very lemony, if you like that kind of citric flavor. Got a great smell to it. Golden Road, awesome. Yeah, some of the breweries here in California are unbelievable. Really enjoy them. You got the one down in San Diego that I really like that makes Sculpin. I forget the name of it now. We did it here on the show, but that's another phenomenal brewery. I believe Longboard, and well, Golden Road is one of my favorite, and it's right down the street from me, so that's always a good thing. Hey, we've moved things around. Usually we go ahead and we do the what would you rather segment right now. But we're not going to do that because, well, on request of Aston, who is an 025, he asked that we go ahead and we do the what would you rather at the last part of the show, right before the quote. I'm going to do it. So that way, if you want to go ahead and wait till the video's over, no, I do not like change. Greg, come on, man, hang with me. That way, if you don't like, what am I talking about? That way, if you want to go ahead and leave your comments about what the show is all about, well, it's right at the end. So then you only got a few more minutes to watch the quote for me to say goodbye, and then you can go ahead and leave me your 5 answers. So I'm going to talk about what I'm reading and what I'm watching, what I'm reading. As you know, I switch it up. I couldn't do much this week in terms of books, so I am reading a new monologue. This is a really good one. It's called Qualified for the Job. As an actor, I'm constantly training. I'm constantly working that muscle so that when they do call, when Christopher Nolan goes, "Hi, might I please speak with Danny Salay?" I'll say, "Yeah, this is Danny Salay. Yeah, we want to bring you in for an audition," and you're dead solid ready. You know, this is the stuff. This is the stuff you need to be doing, right? So each and every night, I dedicate my time and a little portion of my night into reading and studying and working on a monologue, because you just never know, right? You just never know when that character's gonna be called upon. And this one's fun. It's called Qualified for the Job. It's about a guy who's gotten a job. He's kind of a grifter, doesn't have a lot going for him, and he gets a job. His boss believes in him, and he's thanking her. And he's, you know, saying to her, you know, why me? Why'd you pick me? More or less, it's really fun. It's a nice, really average kind of role in terms of like average person. There's no superhero-ness to it. There's no magic or weird things going on. It's just what really might happen in real life. So when I say average, I don't mean the character is an average person, but just an average story, and that's what I'm reading. It's called Qualified for the Job. It's a really good writer out of New York who wrote this play, and really pumped up to continue to dive into this and get this going. And it's soon I'm going to introduce you guys to Monologue Man Dan, where I go ahead and I film these monologues. So that should be fun. Look for that in the new year. What the hell? It's my channel. I'm doing it, huh? All right. What do you think of the pumpkin beers? Uncle John, I'm not a huge fan of them, but if you want a little preview, next week we will be doing Oktoberfest pumpkin beer from Sam Adams. I know you're a huge fan of Sam Adams. I work 9 to 5. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I know that song. So the pumpkin beers are okay. Just like the pumpkin coffees and the pumpkin oatmeals and the pumpkin cookies, they're okay. I'll be okay with pretty much any of that. Do I want to drink it all the time or eat it all the time? No, but I love pumpkin. Nangua, yo pops. Yeah, I know my dad likes the pumpkin too. They don't really eat it a lot here in the United States, but in Asia they really eat it. So I like actual pumpkin. In terms of the pumpkin spice that comes out around the fall season each and every year, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest with you, Uncle John. I do like it. I don't really love it, but we're going to be trying a pumpkin beer next week, so stay tuned for that one. Now I want to get into what are you watching. And oh man, I'm watching one of the coolest shows. I just hit the 2nd season, so if you haven't seen this show, we might even have talked about this before. I think I started it maybe like 6 months ago, but I put it on a back burner. I got busy, whatever. I don't know what happened. But I'm back to it. I watched the 1st season. I watched it again. It's freaking awesome. I'm talking about the Frankenstein Chronicles on Netflix. The main actor is Sean Bean. If you don't know him from Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, you got to check him out. It's very, very cool to see. It's the time period, so I believe it's somewhere in the 15th century, and they speak in bloody hell Cockney, eh? And from London, you don't understand what they're saying. Maybe Aston understands, but I don't speak Cockney. It's a weird London accent that they spoke years ago. I think right around ye old English. but awesome story. It's about Frankenstein and galvanism, and about the story of how Frankenstein was kind of created. Gotta see it. It's very dark. It's very period. It's very slow in the beginning, right? I think I remember watching it 6 months ago, and like I liked it, but I didn't know where it was going. It was slow, right? So I revisited it again, and I absolutely freaking love it. I cannot wait to lay down tonight and watch another episode as I fall asleep. And check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called The Frankenstein Chronicles. One of the cool things that they do is they put like Mary Shelley as a regular person, and they walk into her life as she was as the author of Frankenstein. And it's just so good. I don't want to give too much up. It's so good. Check it out. Watch up to at least 3 episodes. And if you're not hooked, well, you probably won't like it. I have to watch it with the subtitles. Like I said, right? They talk with a lot of Cockney talk, and I don't understand what they say. You know, my British Cockney is terrible, but I love it. It's actually awesome. So hey, check it out. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching. If you want to let me know what you're reading, what you're watching, let me know. If you're just hopping on right now, this is what we are drinking from Golden Road Brewery. It's called Ride On IPA. It is awesome. It's got a super lemon citric flavor to it. And we're going back in for sip number 2. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm really enjoying that. Not a bad Cockney accent. Thank you, Aston. Thank you. Coming from you, a Londoner. Hey, man, cheers. What is your next destination? When can you travel again? Okay, so my next destination, like outside of Los Angeles. See, the thing is I can't travel a lot, obviously, because of the pandemic, and I want to stay safe. And the living quarters that I live in, I really have to be safe because I don't want to endanger the people I live with. So I do a lot of LA because people travel to here, and eventually this will open up again. My next outside of LA travel will be going back home to Buffalo, New York. I might even put a little bit of Cleveland or Pittsburgh in there, maybe even Toronto, but that will be sometime in December. And then next year we're going balls to the wall, hopefully. International travel, we're going to be doing probably Vietnam and Laos, maybe Myanmar, but look for that in the summer. Maybe Portugal, I got lined up, and we'll be doing a lot of the western states like Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Oregon, and hopefully maybe possibly Montana. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And then when I'm grounded here in Los Angeles, I'll be doing all kinds of fun places here in LA, San Diego, and San Francisco. So it's, you know, I can do California in a weekend. I can do anywhere in California in a weekend. Some of these other destinations, I'll be gearing up for it. Yeah, I love Boise, Idaho. It sounds weird, but I absolutely love it there. But hey, guys, now it's time for one of my favorite segments of the show. I know it's probably borrowed from India's. What do we got? B! Yes, OB. I was just telling everyone I'm coming to Laos. I'm coming to Vietnam. OB, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Guys, say hello to OB from Laos. All right, Obi, this is what we're drinking today. We're drinking a local beer from Los Angeles. It is called the Golden Road Ride On. Okay, this is my, well, it's not my favorite segment, but I absolutely love it. Along with my friend from India, Baro, and I'm talking about this day in history. Okay, here comes the disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen, people who are watching this video all around the world, please do not quote me. I am not a history teacher. I am not a history professor. My cousin Brian is. But I just go ahead and find the facts that happened on this day, and I repeat them to you so that I can make content for my show. So, there is the disclaimer. And now let me tell you about this day in history. So, on September 16th, that is today, right? Sorry about that. September 20th. September 20th, okay? This day in history. 1187. Saladin begins the siege of Jerusalem. Now, if you don't know who Saladin was, he was an Islamic military and political leader, and he basically fought for the Sunni Islamic people during the Crusades, and that was on 1187. He was went ahead and started the siege on Jerusalem. Now, we're not going to get too much into exactly what happened because I'm not a history professor, but if you want to find out about it, go ahead and Google it. All right, on this day in history, September 20th, 1814, the Star-Spangled Banner was first published as a song. Now, I know what a lot of people are already saying. No, it was September 14th. Okay, here's the dates. They can get convoluted over time, but basically what happened is the guy who wrote it, Francis Scott Key, okay, he was captured, and then he saw this battle going on or whatever, and they were about to get defeated, and this was like going ahead, and the battle was called the Defense of Fort McHenry. And then he wrote this song, okay? He wrote it to the melody of an English drinking song, a very popular English drinking song. But then it wasn't actually first published as a lyrical production or lyrical song until 1814 by the Baltimore Patriot. Okay, the tune was the Alacorn in Heaven. I probably butchered that name too, but you can go ahead and check it out for yourself, by John Stafford Smith. But the Star-Spangled Banner then later became the official American kind of like patriotic song, I guess, in 1931 when Woodrow Wilson heard it and was like, you know what, we're going to put that before games and events and things of public and national crowds and things like this. And really still to this day, and especially lately, there's been a lot of scrutiny with the Star-Spangled Banner. But yeah, on this day in history, on September 20th, it was going ahead and it was first published into the Baltimore Patriot. Okay, so it wasn't written. It was written a little bit before that. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I was very clear on that, because I know people will be doing some fact checking, and it gets a little gray in the area. And you know, that is true. It was written before this date, but it wasn't actually published until this day in history. On this day in history, the next one, September 20th, 1893. The first gasoline-powered car debuts in Springfield, Massachusetts. Beep, beep. How awesome is that? Okay, for many years there have been some other things that are considered cars or moved along, but they weren't gasoline powered with combustion engines. And well, the first one on this day in history in 1893 was debuted in Springfield, Massachusetts at one of the fairs. So pretty cool, lots of fun and interesting things. And look where we are now with the car. All right, we're going back into the Golden Road. Oh, that's good. So sweet, okay? Raise the glass, yeah! Such a sweet beer, okay? Definitely has a bit of a lemon flavor to it. It's almost like a dry sweet, right? It's almost like, well, I got a lot of herbal flavor going on in there, and it definitely is sharp, bright, and fresh, but really nice, sweet aftertaste when you go ahead and try this one. And I like this IPA because they're like sneaky and creepy strong, right? You're drinking them, bum, 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 and then all of a sudden, boop, you almost like flatline. Anyway, back to this day in history. On this day in history, September 20th, 1932, Mahatma Gandhi begins his hunger strike against treatment of, well, how do I say this? He began his hunger strike. We'll just say that, all right? So Gandhi, if you're not familiar with him, was a guy in India who began his hunger strike against, well, you can go ahead and research it. Hey, Duff, what's going on? Yes, good to have you here. I told a story about me and you talking about the fire earlier, so after the show, you'll go ahead and check it out. But yeah, on this day in history, Gandhi started the hunger strike. Okay, next, I want to go back to this day in history, September 20th, 1968. It's terrible, Greg. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. On this day in history, in 1968, Yankee great Mickey Mantle, I think he was my father's favorite player, hits his final home run, 536. He got sick shortly after that and passed away. But on this day in history, Mickey Mantle, you know, we always like to do a baseball Yankee great thing. Hit his 536th home run. That would be the last home run of his career. I wish I would have seen him play. But anyway, Yankees this season are kicking some butt. They just won their 11th game in a row. Woo! All right, on this day in history, September 20th, 2013. Grand Theft Auto, the video game, became the fastest entertainment product to reach $1 billion in sales. Holy cow, a video game reaches $1 billion in sales. Grand Theft Auto, I'm a little against it. I don't really play it. When I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? I got, is India national father? Yes, Barrow. We love Gandhi. All right. If you're not familiar with Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion, the game is stupid. It's terrible. You can basically walk around and just beat people up. You can rob people. You can carjack them. You can do all kinds of really, really violent stuff. And in my opinion, it's what's wrong with our society. I'm not one of those boomer people that are like, oh, you kids today, you know, I think we are in a great future ahead of us. But shit like this, here in this country, when stuff pops off and they trace it back to where it comes from, and you have a video game that is as violent as Grand Theft Auto is, and it reaches $1 billion in sales, I mean, come on, do the correlation. But on this day in history in 2013, that is what happened. It's a little sad, to be honest with you. I'm really against that game. I think it's ridiculous. And, well, it's probably not going anywhere. That's probably the saddest thing, because people like to do that stuff. For whatever reason, they fulfill some kind of sick prophecy, sick fantasy, whatever. But moving right along, crap game. I got to agree with you, Greg, on that. And it's crazy. It's such a division in moral values and what people really decide is okay to put out there and okay to play. But anyway, you know, this is what we're drinking. The Golden Road, okay, Ride On IPA, delicious, tasty, sweet, bright, crispy beer. Yeah, but it's not far from the truth. Yeah. Or is it because the truth is brought to it by that? I don't know. But yeah, you know, Aquanuts, it's not too green. It's just a little, yes, I got to agree with you, VIH. It's very sad. It's not too green. You can see it's more of a cloudy yellow. Almost like I said, like a hazy IPA. Really good, really sweet taste. Now, let's do the best segment, my favorite segment. Thanks to you, Aston. It's going to do a little What Would You Rather. Okay, What Would You Rather is a fun segment. I'm going to throw out 5 questions to you. Either this or that. Would you rather this? Would you rather that? There is no right or wrong answer. You just go ahead and answer it how you feel. It does not matter. You are not wrong. Let me know. But Duff already knows. Duff already knows. This looks like a green because he's drinking out of a dirty glass. No. All right. So if you're new to the show, please don't go away after this. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. They're going to be fun. They're going to be exciting. But the number 5 question is usually a little gross. Has something to do with maybe spit or blood or just freaky stuff. Sit back, relax, and here we go. What would you rather? Would you rather, you're going to the United States, here's a ticket. Would you rather go to Miami, where the Bills just won? Hey. That's where we go. 13 watchers down to 5. Would you rather go to Miami or Chicago? Okay? Now this one was weird for me because I don't know how I feel about either one of these cities. Miami was voted the least friendly of all American people, city-wise. But I have friends in Miami, and I've been there, and I like it there. I do like Chicago because it's more like a big Buffalo. But if I only could pick one, what would I rather? I'm going to go city on the lake, Chi-Town, Chicago. But be really careful there because, like we were talking about that, hey, Rick Fontana, yeah, Miami. Welcome to Miami. All right, I'm going to go to Chicago. I like Miami, but there's just something I like about the Midwest. It's very unfortunate how the crime there is terrible, right? Both are nice, either one. Nice, Greg. Okay, question number 2. All right, question number 2. What would you rather go? Fishing or hunting? Okay, would you rather go looking for little largemouth bass or put down some deer, rabbit, I don't know. Okay, for me, I grew up doing both. Growing up in Buffalo, me and my friend Made were privy. Hey, Rocco! Yeah, Rocco. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Rocco Cordola to the show. Rocco is a great friend of mine. Please say hi, give him a warm travel man Dan hello, a welcome Mr. Cordola. He is a paisan. He's definitely a great guy, so let's give him a hello. Rocco, yes. All right, Rocco would rather go fishing, but for me, growing up in Buffalo, New York, I did both. I grew up on 2 Great Lakes. I would always, yeah, give him Rocco. And I definitely was a hunter when I was younger too. But something weird happened as I started growing up, as I had more and more animals in my sights. Hey, Pop, say hello to Rocco. Yes, that is Rocco. You are saying hi to my dad. That's awesome. As I got older, I realized that as much as I like shooting guns, I don't like shooting them at animals. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and pick fishing. And it depends. Definitely, I'm not a catch and release guy. I always like to eat it if I can. Ciao, everyone. This is, yes. But you know, hunting to me, when I see a white-tailed deer, and listen, I'm not picking for you. You do whatever you want, okay? You know how I am. You know how the show is. You do whatever you got to do. But hunting for me is, I just grew out of it. I think animals, especially deer, white-tailed deer, growing up in New York, I think they're a beautiful animal, and I don't want to pull them down, you know? But if you do, that's fine. I understand it. All my friends are hunters. Question number 3, what would you rather? Okay, here we go. What would you rather, guys? We're going to talk movies, right? What would you rather watch? Okay, you only get to watch one series, one franchise. Are you going with Lord of the Rings? Or are you going with Pirates of the Caribbean? Or Caribbean, however you say it. I mean, that is a freaking, right? Because on one hand, we have Lord of the Rings, the old medieval stuff. We have all kinds of crazy Frodo and his quest. And we got Gandalf, and we got all kinds of orcs and all kinds of crazy stuff. Haven't seen either. What? Duff, are you high? Dude, that is your project for the next 3 months. Duff, I will be seeing you hopefully when I go back to Buffalo. I want to hear all about it. Make sure that you watch Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings, all of them. Please watch The Hobbit too. So what are you going to do? You're going to watch Lord of the Rings, you're going to watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Both are great franchises. Both have exceptional acting. Both have really good stories. For me, as much as I love pirates and swashbuckling and all kinds of stuff that happens on boats and that kind of old ancient kind of medieval sea stuff, you got to go with Lord of the Rings. I mean, come on. From the books to the movies, they're just really, I don't think there is a better franchise. Maybe, yeah, they're definitely Star Wars or Rocky for sure. But I don't even characterize those in the same because those are 2 different things, right? You got to go with Lord of the Rings. It is amazing, each and every movie. If you haven't seen it, yeah, Rocky. Rocco, I know you're a huge Rocky fan. That's awesome. But, you know, that for me is the #1 franchise. The Godfathers are good. The Godfathers are great, actually. But you gotta see Lord of the Rings. I mean, the story, and it can be broken down and put into perspective of your life that you live today, about going on a quest, and there's shit that you don't want to do, and Frodo doesn't want to, and he's scared. He's got to go on the quest of putting the ring in the mountain and all that good stuff. So for me, Lord of the Rings. All right, question number 4. What would you rather? All right. It's dessert time, right? You're down, you just had a big bowl of raviolis, you sopped it up with a ricotta, You had some nice bread and butter. I mean, you just had some meatballs. You had sausage. You had every Italian deliciousness that you could possibly have. You're stuffed to the gills. And now I'm going to ask you, hey, what would you rather? Would you rather tiramisu or creme brulee? Both are very good. Both are delicious. One is from Italy. One is from Belgium or France. I'm sorry, creme brulee is from France. And they are amazing desserts. One's more of a cakey, kind of with some cream in it. It's got that cinnamon on it, and oh man, it is good. But then you have the creme brulee, right? The creme brulee, Duff likes the creme brulee. I get heart and love faces for that. When you crack it open, it's got that weird crusty kind of like hard shell, and then it turns into like a sweet pudding that's almost like, wow, what the hell am I even eating? And they go ahead and they take that flame and put it on top. What would you rather? No, for me, I love Italian desserts. Love Italian wedding cookies. My sister gets these 3-layered like Naples cookies. Freaking awesome. Love them at Christmas. Geno's, I can't wait to be there. Looking forward to getting back to Buffalo and eating a lot of those. Love the tiramisu. But you're going up against creme brulee. That's one of the greatest desserts of all time, right? I mean, you just, I gotta choose it. I'm sorry, but everything about it is delicious. When you crack open that candy crust, and if they put a little bit of blueberries or raspberries on it, oh, then you get a little fruity taste mixed in there with that pudding. Boom, gotta have it. What would you rather? I'm taking creme brulee. Okay, now, here it is, guys. Question number 5. This one's dirty. This one's a little gross. We don't get like weird kind of perverted sexual weirdness, all right? And don't come to the show thinking you're gonna get that. We're just not that kind of crowd, you know. But this is what I'm gonna tell you. It's definitely gonna be gross. So here we go. What would you rather? Okay. Can't we just? No, we gotta do 5. We have to do 5. The crowd likes 5. All right. Here it is. You're gonna get a mouthful. Okay. Like a full ladle. Okay. Just a full giant spoonful, and you're like this, and it goes in your mouth, and you can't even swallow, you can't speak, just a full mouthful of a pile of dandruff from everybody that you see at the mall. For whatever reason, they just walk up, maybe 200 different people, and they shake their hair, and all the dandruff piles up until it's on the corner of that ladle, and it's just a pile of dandruff. Okay, white, fluffy, kind of cakey, almost like boxed mashed potatoes, and just and they put that big old pile of dandruff right in your mouth. That's number 1. Yuck. All right, and the second one is those same people, after they've gone ahead and shaken their head and given you their dandruff, they go back to the end of the line, and then when the first person starts again, they take off their socks. And then they sit down and they shave their heels. So they have that dead like heel skin. And that's piling up, making like a little mountain of dead cell heel skin. Ugh. Ugh. Alright? And then they put it down in there. Which one would you rather? I don't know which one would be worse. Because the dandruff would like be melting, and then it would turn into like this weird kind of yucky pasty kind of thing. But then sounds like coconut shavings. Yeah, but then you have the heel shavings, and well, dandruff all day long. Giant boast of semen. Oh my god. You're sick, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. Hang with me. So, for me, I don't know, man. Something about dandruff is really gross. But then you have old dirty skin cells of the heel. I'm going with the dandruff, bro. I'm definitely going with it. Let it melt away in my mouth. It's going to be gross, but that's my 5. Please, guys, wait till this video's over and then go down to the comment section and give me your 5. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me your 5. What would you rather? We have a good time. Sorry, it's a little gross on that last one, but why not? What the hell? We're having a good time. All right, I see we're up to 19 likes. Hell yeah. thank you so much, everybody. Guys, if you're just hopping on or you're just joining, we're almost done with today's show. I'm going to leave you with the quote of the week. This is what we're drinking. I'm going to go ahead and drink the last of it. It's Right On from the Golden Road Brewing here in Los Angeles. Looking forward to that. I hope to go there with Rocco. Rocco, we need to go there. But it's really good. It's got a nice lemon citric flavor. It is, well, it is sharp. It's bright. It's crisp. It's fresh. It's everything that you want in an IPA. Keeps you going. Really delicious. Let me go ahead and drink it last sip, and I'll go ahead, give you the score. We're going to do it, Rocco. Yes, let's do it. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. It's so delicious. And like I said, it's one of those beers that you want to go ahead and drink under the sun, right? It's ice cold. It's delicious. And it's right here in Los Angeles, which I consider my sister city. I am from Buffalo, New York, but I absolutely love Los Angeles, all parts of it. And so it makes me really proud to say that Golden Road Brewery puts out such a good product. Right On is the name of it. It's got a bitchin' label. I'm definitely loving it. Love the IPA. Love the citric lemony flavor. Love that it's sweet and fresh at the same time. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of 8 at 8.0. Delicious beer. Check it out. You could probably get it at any store in California. Definitely here in Southern California. And yeah, anytime you get a chance to check out Golden Road, please, all their beers are good. So that's today's beer. We did some California beers. We did this one, which is the Golden Road. It got an 8. We did the 805 Firestone, which got a 7.5. Now, Mr. Salay, Dan should do another shot. No, Duff, I'm not doing any more shots. Okay, I got to go on another show later tonight with a food expert, and he's going to bring me on, and so I need to be kind of clear-headed. But hey, here's the quote of the week. Now, we talked a little bit about this day in history, about Gandhi and how he started on this day his hunger strike. So I thought it'd only be fitting that I bring you this week's quote from Gandhi. And he said this: "Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from indomitable will." And it's such a powerful quote. It's so true. It's like, yeah, you could be all strong and you can work out and you can exercise, and that's really good. That's really good for your body, okay? But having that indomitable will, that willpower to believe in yourself and what you're doing, whatever that is. I don't care if you're talking about doing artistic creativity stuff. Don't get sloppy. Exactly, Tom. I'm not talking about, like, you know, not everybody wants to be an artist, right? I'm talking about just your everyday life. Maybe you're just a regular average 9-to-5er. Maybe you're one of the top politicians in your local area. Whatever. I don't know what the hell, whatever you do. If you're a teacher, okay? But I don't care if you're super strong either. It doesn't come from just your muscles, right? Strength comes from within. It comes from within your willpower. To know that when you get knocked down, to get back up, to know to keep going. You're going to see some failures in life. I don't care who you are or what you do, you're going to see some failures. You're going to see some things that, well, you didn't exactly plan for. You thought everything was going to be okay and you were just going to go on your way and everything was going to be super fun and you were going to continue to kind of go uphill. But sometimes you're going to go downhill and you're going to go backwards and you're going to go more downhill. Then you're going to go uphill, then you're going to go backwards again. That's what I'm talking about. That's that strength. Thank you, Explore the World. That's that strength you have to have. That it's not in your physique. It's not because someone has big, powerful muscles. Some of the biggest, strongest people are the biggest wimps inside because they have no belief. They have no willpower. They know that, listen, I want these things and I want to succeed and I want all this, but I still want to do this. Well, you can't have it that way. You have to have it just like Gandhi was. Gandhi knew that in order to go against his fight that he was doing and all the stuff that he was doing with that hunger strike, okay, he had to have indomitable will. Of course the guy was hungry. All his people were hungry. But he couldn't do it because he believed in himself. And he was not a super strong guy, but his strength was super powerful. And guys, I hope that you have that. I hope that you find it. If you don't have it right now, I'm sure you can. Don't give up on yourself. Be good to the people that you're with. Cheers from Denmark. Hope to catch you next live show. Gotta go. Thank you so much, Nighty Night, VIH. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging with me. And thank you, everybody. I see we have 22 likes, 15 people in the room. I don't know how many people were in the room at this whole time, but really can't say thank you enough for sharing your time with me on this show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like these beers. Aston, well, bloody hell, Mike. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later. And Greg Z, once again, see you later. See you next week, hopefully. Happy birthday. Dad, I'll see you later. I hope you're doing good. Say hi to Mom. Tell everyone I love them. Uncle John, big hugs to my godfather. Aqua Nights, see you later. Enjoy. Tell Tenacious Freak I said hi. Borrow from India. Tom, adios, amigo. Aston, bye. Good night, everybody. If I didn't say hi to you or bye to you, thank you so much. Rocco, see you tomorrow. I can't wait. Will, awesome stuff. Love you, bro. Hope you guys are all doing good. All the best. Have a great day. Start off tomorrow. Remember, we were talking about those affirmations. Wake up, convince your mind, work your magic, do whatever you're doing. It's all relative. Thank you so much. I'm Travel Man Dan. Remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, Will. Thank you.